Hello everyone, welcome back. We today are going to continue working on the farming setup that we were planning out last time. I think I've got all the prep work done now, so let's go take a look at what we've got so far. So first you'll see that I have filled in this lake with the growing plots for the sugar cane, and I've planted a bunch of it. You can see it's starting to grow, and we haven't yet grown quite enough for me to fill up the whole area with sugar cane. There's also some spots that I've left incomplete so that we could fill them in here so you can see how it works. So the advantage, I'm just going to show you what it looks like. The advantage to planting them like this is you can just run down the aisle and harvest really fast. You can even literally run if you're really quick as you swipe back and forth. And a few pieces will fall outside of where you'll normally be able to collect, but you can clean those up after you're done. And I'll show you a technique for that in a moment here, once we've finished these two lanes. You can just run back and grab them like that. I'm going to grab the extra ones that are just sitting there because all of those little items that drop on the ground, it doesn't matter whether it's sugar cane or flowers or dirt or what have you, after 5 minutes on the ground they'll disappear. So I'm just going to grab those because this might take more than 5 minutes. We'll see. So I'm going to show you how to lay them out when you've got a lake like this. It's kind of shallow, but not perfectly level. So the way I do it is I just come here off the end and I start laying them down like this. And it's real easy to just go in straight lines like that. You just hold down the right mouse button and just walk. Hold down shift so you don't accidentally, the left shift, which makes you sneak and move a little slower. It also keeps you from running off the edge of a block. You see, I'm moving around, but I'm not going off the edges. Very important trick to have, to use all over the place. And here it's just really convenient to not have to fall into the water and come back up again. But while we're sneaking like that, we don't move too fast, so we're able to just keep laying these as fast as we can go while sneaking. Get this cleared out so that there's room. And then we'll go back the other way and do the same thing. This is pretty easy. And then when you get to these deeper spots, fills it in real easy for you as well. Now me personally, I like to have the gaps in between the two lanes to only be one deep. So we're going to go back through. We're going to put just one down there so that it's only one block of water there. That way if we fall in or if something else falls in, it doesn't fall really far in. Now, most of the time the sugar cane's going to float, but you don't float if you fall in. And that can slow you down a little bit. Now you won't fall in very much. These lanes are nice and wide, but I'd maybe even go one more farther out than I am right here, but I'm concerned about having enough dirt for everything we want to do. So I'm just going to do this one right next to it, and I'll probably come back later and go out another 1 or 2 more rows when I have more material to work with. So I'm just going to do the same thing that we did before, holding down the left shift and pushing the W to go forward, and just holding down the right mouse button. I don't have to click, I don't have to do anything. The only thing I have to do is steer. Make sure I don't wander too far off so that I can keep laying stuff down the way I would like. Real simple. A whole lot easier than several other ways of doing this. And it's pretty quick too. And rather than come back, I'm just going to do as we go. Just lay that one that we were hoping to make only one deep. Just going to do that one as we go. Okay, that took a lot of dirt. We're probably not going to have enough dirt to do the next part of the stuff I want to do. While we're here, I'll show you how you plant the sugar cane too. Real easy method. So you're going to want to aim pretty much directly at your feet. Not quite directly at your feet. That's straight down. That's just a, probably 30-degree angle or so. That's be about 45. And I'm going to hit the right mouse button, which is the use button, which is how you place blocks and everything, in case you didn't already know that. And I'm just going to walk backward. As you can see, occasionally I'm going to lay down two, one on top of the other. We'll clear that out when we're done. But it's faster this way than walking around and being like, I'm going to go that, that. That's not slow, but it's not as fast as just walking. Backward, I use that trick a lot when I'm placing blocks. And if you're real lucky, you don't double place any of them. Oops. There's one more. And we're not going to probably quite get this whole lane planted. Not quite. Alright. But if we harvest the rest of these, we will have enough. So let's just go ahead and do that now. Show you how the quick method of harvesting works out. I missed one. When you're walking, you don't tend to miss any, so usually I walk. But if you're real twitchy, you can run. But that makes it hard to even see what I'm doing. You're just going to have to be like, oh, I hope I got them all. You turn around, you look back, oh, I did. Wonderful. But it works almost as quickly just walking. I'm missing some just walking this time. It's kind of funny. Didn't miss any while I was running. And we're not worrying about picking any of these up right now, because we've got 5 minutes to pick them up. So we're going to focus on trying to get everything knocked off as quickly as we can. And then we'll come back. If you're running just in a straight line, there's absolutely no reason not to run, unless your aim's really bad. Alright, so now the fastest way to pick this stuff up is going to be to alternate the side of the canal that you're running on. I'm going to go down this inside side of the canal as I'm facing right now on the right. And then when I get to the end, oh, I'm a little hungry. Let's eat some food. Can't run while we're hungry. Once again, if you get those hunger points down to those last 3 icons, you can't run. So I'm running down this inside side. Then I'm going to switch over to the next one and go to the left side or the outside compared to where it was before. Now, we don't actually have any sitting in the canals right here, but we're just going to keep alternating like that. Going on the right side, going down one way, and going on the left of the next canal, going back up. And that will generally pick up all of the sugar cane. And when we're done, we'll double check we'll do that by hopping up on that little rise just behind us. It'll give us some elevation, make it a little easier to see where we're going and what we're doing. Now, we've already harvested this one, so we don't really need to run down this one. But that's okay. So we've run the whole way down all of them. We're going to take a look. We can't see any little spinning green things, so we got them all. It's almost nighttime. We could go plant the rest of this sugar cane, get the rest of these lanes planted, but it's getting pretty dark, so let's go find the bed and we'll hit that in the morning. All right, let's finish it. I stomped that field. I didn't replant it the last time I harvested it because I plan on getting rid of it. But that's the next thing we're doing. For now, we are going to clear that out so the sugar cane can grow. We're going to finish planting these, and then we'll start laying out the farm fields. Messy. That whole row was double planted. Alright. That's because I walked into the stuff that we had already planted and didn't realize it. Okay. Looks like that's everything except for these last 5 lines. We may have enough to plant all of them. Let's find out. So we're just running backward, walking backward really, as fast as we can, while we just hold down the right mouse button so that it places one sugar cane on each empty block. If we stuck around long enough, it'd probably end up placing it on the block above, like you've seen happen a few times. We're going to try and move fast enough that that doesn't happen too much. Only happened once, it looks like. That one, I think, just grew. Alright. I'm going to plant the last couple lanes. Normally, I would dig that sand up and replace it with dirt. Those pale blocks are sand blocks. And that's just because I like everything to look the same. But as you can see, sugarcane grows just as well on sand as it does on grass. And I don't know if we need to even plant here, but as you can see, we can't plant on the gravel. I'm not sure I'm going to plant there. We have to put down some more dirt. Well, how about we just do it? Dig this gravel up real quick, and then put down some dirt. And plant some sugar cane. You can see how walking backward is way faster. Alright, and when this is practically all 3 blocks tall, we'll come down and harvest it. I'll probably get rid of this stuff now. It's a little harder to harvest, kind of a waste of time. So I'm just going to clear it out. Alright, looks pretty good. Whoops! Need to be a little more careful. Forgot about that hole there. Doesn't look like we missed any spots. Alright. So, I wanted to clear out this farm field. Now there's some reasons why we might want to do that. And there's 2 ways to do it. You can jump, move, but as you can see, sometimes That's a little more difficult than it needs to be. So I think what we're going to do instead is we're just going to dig it up. And we don't need water slowing us down when we're doing it, so I'm just going to fill that spot in right now. Oops. And there we go. So that is, I think, just a little faster than trying to stomp it. And that's assuming that you stomp as fast as possible. Jump up and down as fast as possible, not miss any of your jumps. Sometimes you'll miss them 4 or 5 times in a row trying to find just the right spot to stand in. And that's kind of a waste of time. So now maybe what's not a waste of time is stomping these last 3 so we don't waterlog this field that we're working in. We'll be able to place our blocks faster that way. You can see sometimes it's really hard to figure out how to land exactly on what you're trying to land on. All right. We're going to use that same trick. I'm just going to back up while we hold down the right mouse button, and they're just going to pop out real quick on us. If we aim low enough, they won't land on top of each other. Real quick and easy. Alright, we're going to leave these melons for now. We're probably going to need to eat a few more of them. I'm going to grab these ones that are here with the axe. That's the fastest tool for the job. When we come back, they'll probably be all grown. Alright, so here I have laid out the shape of the farm fields we're going to be making. And we're going to need a lot more dirt than we have because it took more dirt than I thought it would to finish those lanes. I'm going to show you a couple of things. We've got a bunch of junk in our inventory, so we're going to clear some of that out. I've still got my stuff from when I was clearing out the forest earlier. I can show you that in a second here, but we're going to clear some of this out first. Alright, we've got our first flint. We can use that to make arrows and other useful things. Sometimes when you harvest gravel, you get flint. It's about 1/10 of the time, 10% of the time. We'll just leave that here for now. Alright, I wanted to show you how the grindstone works. That's this here. In real life they're round, but you know, everything's blocky in Minecraft. So, there are a few different things you can do. I'm just going to talk about the first one right now. You can take a tool or a piece of armor or anything that will fit in here. Weapons, tools, and armor mostly. Things that have durability. And if you put 2 of the same in, it will combine the durability of the 2 tools, and you get an extra 5% of the total durability added beyond the durability points that are on both items. So you see this one's almost gone and this one's mostly used up. We put them in together and we get something that's a little bit better than halfway repaired, which if we put those 2 bars right on top of each other, it wouldn't be quite the same length as that bar there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little easier to see with something like this. This stone shovel's almost used up, and this one is practically completely used up. There's just a few points of durability left on that thing. And we put that on there, it looks like it almost doubles how much is there. You know, there's almost nothing there. So these points are practically insignificant. But you see that it gives us about 5%. So that's how the grindstone works. In fact, why don't we just combine these 2 shovels while we're at it. Now we've got a shovel that's almost full. Alright. And put this stuff away. We will be using all of the sugar cane that we're growing very soon. I will show you that in a future video, how we're going to use that. But we are going to have a voracious appetite for sugar cane very soon. Alright, so we don't have very much dirt here. Not even close to enough to even lay out one segment of this farm field. These marks help me measure things. We're going to lay out a square of dirt, 9 by 9, and then in the center we're going to put a little water, one block of water. And then along the edges we're going to have a border of stone. So all of these marks show me where all of that stuff is going to go. I wouldn't necessarily have to do that, but when I was trying to figure out how much land to clear, how much space to give myself for the 4 farm plots that I like to make at the beginning of a game, I was using these marks to help me measure things, so I didn't have to keep going along and counting over and over and over again. Okay, how far out is it? Okay, it's that far. How about this? Oh, I forgot. Now I've got to go back and count again. I don't have to count. I can just look. I think since I'm going to need to get a whole bunch of dirt to fill in this area over here, I think I might make that the next video. So, this video we saw how to deal with, or how to lay out a sugarcane plantation, and how to easily tear up and replace old farmland with regular dirt blocks. And I've shown you how I've planned out visually how the farm field will work, and in the next video we'll actually do it. Thank you all for coming. Have a good one.